Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat, Adonai. Welcome to the Sixth Exodus program. Thank you for listening. The name of this segment is Judah Last King. Judah Last King seen, last king of Judah, the tribe of Judah seen. I will read to you the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1. This is the last time the king that God of Israel has appointed to be king of Judah. This was the last one until he returns to appoint another one. Ezekiel chapter 1. Let's begin. I will read 3 chapters. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 14th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw the vision of God in the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim captivity. The sword of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river Chebar, and the land of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked and beheld, a whirlwind came front of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof was a color of amber. Out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof, came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sprinkled like the color of brownish brass, and they had the hands of a man under their wings, and their 4 sides, and their 4 had faces, and their wings, and the wings which joined one to another, they turned not. When they went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they had 4. Had the face of a man, and had the face of a lion, and on the right side they had the face of an ox, and on the left side they had 4 also on the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward, 2 wings of every one, which joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies, and they went every one straight forward. Whether the spirit were to go, they went, and turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It was up and down amongst the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went lightning, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with four faces, the appearance of wheels, and their works were like unto the color of a beryl, and the four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it was a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high, they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. And when the four living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the four living creatures was lifted up from the earth, the wheel was lifted up. And wheresoever the Spirit was to go, they went thither. And their spirit to go. And the wheels was lifted up over against them. And the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. And when those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those lifted up from the earth, the wheels was lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. And the likeness of the firmament upon their heads of the living creatures was a terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above, and under the firmament were their wings straight. The one toward another, every one had two, which cover his side, and every one had two that covered on that side their bodies. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, and the noise of great waters, and the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of a host. When they stood, they let down their wings, and there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads. And when they stood, they let down their wings, and above the firmament. Now, the firmament means when we think about firmament, there we're talking about the separation of heaven and earth, meaning that the earth has water and the sky has water, so they're considered to be one. So in between the firmaments, it's actually just not on earth, but in between the waters. So most likely it's between water, sea, or a dense, populated, a densely, a more dense covered of water, sea, ocean, somewhere where there's a lot of body of water. It's considered a firmament. A certain firmament also could be a people, meaning righteous and unrighteous, holy and unholy. That also is a firmament. So don't know exactly which one it can be. Okay, we're going to stop there on this segment. It's the last of the kings of Judah. You know, there are two kings. The last two kings that came out of Judah, they brought here to America. Their first, one of the kings was Jehoiakim, and the second king is found in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 52. His name was Zedekiah. Those are the last two kings that was in Judah. So, don't know if you know this or not, but for Hebrews, the last two kings that was in Judah, the tribe of Judah, Jehoiakim here in the book of Ezekiel with the line, the people with the Chaldeans, also the Chaldeans who came into Jerusalem with the book of Jeremiah chapter 52. They had the other king. So both of them was brought to America and both of them died here. Okay, this ends the segment. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.